Hey everybody, what's up? It's Ryan Groos from the Loop Loft, and in today's video we're going to check out our latest release in the Complete Take series. This is volume 4, and this first session we're going to start off is entitled Late Night Drive. As you'll see, it's at 137 BPM, and it's a pretty straightforward driving pop rock, kind of a power poppy drum track. And as you'll see, it's 10 separate tracks, 7 of the drum session and 3 percussion overdubs. Here we're in the verse section where it breaks down to a cross stick on 2 and 4 for the first half of the verse, and you'll hear how we build it up here for the second half, bringing in a snare drum and some nice percussion overdubs, tambourine on 4, and the snare. It's a really bright and powerful snare tone we got. We're using a Ludwig Superphonic 6.5 by 14 snare. It's the classic John Bonham snare. So here's a chorus section. It's kind of a 4 on the floor, dancey kind of vibe to it, almost kind of like Hot Hot Heat or some other kind of poppy punk bands out there. Not electro dance, but enough 4 on the floor that keeps it driving. Let's check out some of the different channels here. Listen to the solo of the kick. So super powerful kick. You'll hear it's, as we recorded it, we had some compression and some gating and EQ. But that was printed to tape. So with the multi-track sessions, you just drag and drop them into your whatever software you're using and hit the ground running with a great mix. So we've only adjusted some levels here on the faders, but otherwise everything is totally dry. We've got some room mics here. You solo that. Here's the room. So an easy way to kind of make the sound fuller if you want. Sneak that into the mix. Or dry it up. And kind of an outro chorus. And the great thing with this being on the grid, I'll show you how easy it is to loop sections in time. So kind of seamless edits. So if we wanted to double the length of this last chorus, or the first part of this last chorus, using Logic, I would just select, repeat the selection, and now we've doubled that to 4 bars. So no clicks or pops in the track, and you have the luxury of the multi-track drum editing. So you could go in and EQ the snare drum however you wanted. Same with the overheads. Get the exact balance you're looking for in your mix without being stuck with just a stereo WAV file of drum loops. So all kinds of exciting possibilities and crazy flexibility for your mix. So let's move on to the next track in the series. So now we're inside of Reason, checking out the other session, one of the other sessions included in Complete Takes Volume 4. This one is called Analog Brushes, and as you might suspect from the name of the session, it features some brush drum playing, kind of a fatback, Russ Kunkel, kind of early James Taylor type vibe to it, but some really nice isolation going on. If we go here through the tracks, as you'll hear, this one's not as gated and compressed as the previous track we listened to. This is a more open and natural sound. Some 16th notes on the snare during the chorus. Really detuned, kind of a flat and funky snare. And again, we've got some percussion overdubs. Some really subtle frame drum work as well. And again, going back to the looping aspect, that everything is tracked to a click, so when you bring it into your session, you can easily loop any section in real time, in perfect time. So there it is, just looping a verse segment. And the nice thing is, with Reason and several other software programs, you can easily nudge up the tempo in real time. From we were at 105 and now we're at 108. So it takes the entire multi-track session and does the time stretching on the fly, which is great. So if your song is feeling a little sluggish, you can quickly bump it up in BPM and be on your way. So let's move on past that loop to hear what else is going on. So this is the second verse, and as we kind of showed you before, the songs are kind of pre-arranged for you. So intro, verse, chorus, second verse, second chorus. This is the second chorus where it goes to the 16 notes, and then it goes to a bridge section after that. For this, I believe it's kind of a floor tom pattern. Let's just forward to that. Here we go. So let's just loop that section and zero in on the mix a little bit. So again, this is really, these tracks were just dropped in. There's no effects, no EQ being used on the track. But straight into it, you get a really nice mix. There's the floor tom, really, again, detuned, kind of flat and funky drums on this one. And then it goes through the end of the bridge back into another chorus section, leading up to that. You can see the fill coming up right here into a final chorus. So that's the second session. Let's take a look at the next one inside of Pro Tools. So last but not least, we're in our old friend Pro Tools, checking out the third session from Complete Takes Volume 4. This one's entitled Funky Folk, and it's at 90 BPM. It's a very straightforward, and as the name might suggest, funky and folky drum track. A big solid backbeat on the intro, going into this verse section here, where there's a 4 on the floor kick pattern with the tambourine on 4. And then the second half of the verse picks up with a snare on 2 and 4. And leads into the chorus with a fill right here. And some 16 notes on the tambourine. Again, you can totally mix these to taste. Usually like to leave the percussion really subtle. It's kind of like using salt and pepper when you're cooking. You gotta be very careful with the amount of percussion you add into your track, or otherwise you can ruin the entire dish, if you will. So going back into the second verse, again we have the 4 on the floor kick pattern. Let's solo that and take a listen. So another kind of on the aggressive side, not as much as the first track we listened to, with the compression and some gating. Still kind of a nice round and full sound, not too much high-end attack on it. And let's check out the snare drum. So that's one of our maple snare drums. Has a really nice warm and woody tone to it. And you'll hear some cowbell. You never have enough cowbell coming in on the second and third choruses, doing kind of this polyrhythmic thing that takes you into the bridge. And the way we arrange these, as a lot of traditional pop songs go, second chorus is usually twice as long as the first chorus, and then we work our way into a bridge here, which is kind of a march, almost a Steve Gadd type groove, with that floor tom worked into the pattern, and our friend the cowbell coming back in. And this takes us back into the final chorus and works our way to the end of the song. So that's the quick overview of the latest Complete Takes series. Again, it works in any software. Just drag and drop the drum tracks and start mixing. Just make sure you set the tempo to the original tempo located on the name of the folder. But you're good to go after that. So if you have any questions, drop us a line either on the blog or YouTube, and we'll follow up with you. So thanks again for watching, and we'll talk soon. Alright guys, take care.